Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you would be in best of your health. I am Nazneen Anjum from Divisional Public School and College Sahiwal, and I am here to teach you a lesson of science from class 4. So let's take a look to some pictures to guess our today's topic of discussion. So here you can see an insect, a bird, some trees, a cup of tea, some cages, some people. Okay, now, did you observe anything else in these pictures except from the real things? क्या इन सब pictures में आपको कुछ और नजर आया? Yes, it's their shadow. All of these things are making their shadow. And this is what we are going to discuss in our today's topic. So our today's topic is shadow, its size and its position. After the completion of this lesson, the students will be able to define shadow, list down the things needed to form a shadow, describe the factor affecting size and position of shadow, describe the phenomena of eclipses. So, first of all, what is shadow? We can define it as a shadow is the absence of light, means there is cut down of light, and shadows are always black. ऑब्जेक्ट चाहे किसी भी कलर का हो बट उसका शेडो हमेशा ब्लैक होगा. And which things are needed to form a shadow? There are three things. First one is the light source. The light source can be sunlight, a torchlight, a tube light, or a candle light, or any other luminous object. The second thing which is needed to form a shadow is an opaque or translucent object. ओपेक और ट्रांसलूसेंट ऑब्जेक्ट्स के बारे में आप पिछले लेसन में बहुत अच्छी तरह पढ़ चुके हैं. Opaque objects do not allow light to pass through them. However, translucent objects allow light partially to pass through them. The third thing which is needed to form a shadow is a background or a surface to capture the shadow. अगर इन तीन चीजों में से कोई एक भी मिस होगी तो शैडो नहीं बनेगा या क्लियर शैडो नहीं बनेगा. So now let's see how the shadow is formed. Light hits the object, the shadow forms behind that object, where the background remains unlit, means unlightened, ना जलाया हुआ. Background will remain dark. Now I have a picture for you. Here you can see a shadow is formed. In this picture, you can see the sun is the light source and the sunlight has been blocked by a tree, which is an opaque object, and its shadow is formed on the other side. Here, the grassy floor is capturing the shadow, so the floor is working as a background here. Now, let's find out how the size of shadow can be changed. So, size of shadow changes with the position of the light source. Yes, it changes with the position of the light source. Closer the object from the light source, bigger will be the shadow. And farther the object from the light source, smaller will be the shadow. मतलब ऑब्जेक्ट लाइट सोर्स के जितना करीब होगा शेडो उतना ही बड़ा बनेगा और जितना दूर जाता जाएगा शेडो उतना ही छोटा बनेगा. चलें इसको एक वीडियो की मदद से मजीद अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं. As you know, three things are needed to form a shadow. So, here is the light source, and then this is an opaque object, and this is the background to capture the shadow. Here you can see the distance between the object and the light source. The distance is quite clear to you. Dear students, observe the size of shadow. Now I am going to change the position of the object. I am moving the object closer to the light source and you can see the shadow is growing bigger, and when I move the car away from the light source, the shadow is becoming smaller. Let's see once again. When I move the car closer to the light source, the shadow is becoming larger, and when I move the car away from the light source, the shadow is becoming smaller. Now comes position of the shadow. Position of shadow also depends on the position of the light source. How? Shadows always appear on the opposite side of the light source. Like if the sun is on the right of an object, the shadow will appear on the left. As the sun passes to the left of an object, the shadow moves to the right. I have explained the same thing in a video that I have made for you. Let's watch it. Now we will see how the position of the shadow changes with the position of the light source. Here you can see that the shadow is formed on the opposite side of the light source. Here is the light source and here is the shadow. Now I am changing the position of the light source and see the shadow position is also changed. Can you see it? The shadow is formed on the other surface now. And now on the previous surface there is no shadow. Once again, if I change the position of the light source, the shadow position will also be changed. Dear students, do you know that lunar eclipse or the solar eclipse, they are also shadows? Yes, these are also shadows. Eclipses are caused by shadows. Eclipses occur when a planet, moon, or other celestial object moves between the sun and another planet, moon, or celestial object. As these bodies are opaque, they stop the sunlight passing through, therefore cast a shadow. As we know कि तमाम opaque objects clear shadow बनाते हैं, और ना सिर्फ तमाम प्लैनेट्स बल्कि मून और बाकी तमाम जो आसमानी चीज़ें होती हैं जिनको सेलेस्टियल ऑब्जेक्ट्स कहा जाता है, वो सब भी ओपेक ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं। तो जब भी कोई प्लैनेट या कोई और सेलेस्टियल ऑब्जेक्ट घूमता हुआ सूरज और किसी और प्लैनेट के दरमियान आ जाता है, तो और वो ऑब्जेक्ट सनलाइट को ब्लॉक कर देता है और उसका शैडो दूसरी तरफ वाले सेलेस्टियल ऑब्जेक्ट पर बनता है, इसलिए उतना एरिया ब्लैक हो जाता है। ठीक है? Now let's watch an illustration of eclipse. Here, as you can see, the moon is coming in between the earth and the sun. So, being an opaque object, it blocks the sunlight and made its shadow on earth. Can you see the black color shadow? Yes, well done. Okay, now let's check out what you have learned from today's lesson. A shadow is the absence of dash, light, air, or heat. So the answer is light. Yes, the shadow is the absence of light. Next is celestial objects are dash. Are they translucent, transparent, or opaque? Yes, they are opaque objects. Next question is, how many things are needed to form a shadow? Easy one. 5, 3, or 4? So the answer is 3. Yes, 3 things are needed to form a shadow. Next question is size and position of shadow changes with the dash, light source, type of light, or intensity of light. The answer is light source. The size and the position both changes with the light source. Well done. Now I have something interesting for you. Have you ever made these kind of things on the wall? Yes, these are called shadow puppets. I hope all of you have made these kind of puppets. You can make these type of shadow puppets using your hand positions. Okay, students, now it's time for your home task, which is an activity. You have to take any object and place it under the sun and note down its size and position during following time of the day at 12 p.m., at 2 p.m., at 4 p.m. Then pen down your findings in your notebook. This is all from my side. Thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.